All right. Okay, so it's good to have you. It's good to be here. How are you feeling? How is your trip to LA, and are you jet lagged
I
now?
am I am totally jet lagged, but the trip was fun. It was eventful. It was quick. Don't go to LA for 7 days and come back because your
Yeah, I'm
body.
really wondering how you're doing that, honestly. If how can you just take a 16-hour flight, is it?
Yep.
20-hour
Yeah,
flight?
it was a 16-hour flight.
Oh my God. And you keep your routine while you're there? Are you
Got well, I try to keep a routine, but it's difficult because everything's 12 hours different.
And you
So
have to do the morning show and the evening show here as well, the Hour of Power, or is
yeah,
that
well, we usually just do the morning show. We'll do
okay?
that live, and then we can record that evening show, which so it makes it a little bit easier.
Right, and
'Cause
it's a 12-hour difference as well.
Yeah, so 6 a.m. in the morning here, I'm doing the show at 6 o'clock at night.
Okay, so that's in fact maybe easier for you at
You
that
get a
point.
little bit more sleep, you know
A
what I
little
mean?
bit, yeah. So tell me, how do you keep your routine while you're there? How do you? I mean, do you wake up in the morning at the same time at 4:30 as well, or is it like a different situation while you're traveling?
Sort of everything gets thrown out because you're there for so quick. You don't. It's hard to keep a routine. What I do try to do is just make sure that I drink enough water and try to get at least 5 hours of sleep. So if I can get those 5 hours of sleep, and that's the hardest thing because sometimes you land during the day and you're exhausted because you land at like 3 o'clock in the morning
Right.
Dubai time.
Yeah.
But I'll push through and then just try to sleep that night and get those 5 hours of sleep.
Okay, wow. And what do you do? I mean, on a daily basis, not
Yep.
just in LA. What do you do? What are the three things that you do in the morning to like wake yourself up?
I just get up. That's you're a zombie. I get up. I don't have a routine. I get up and it's like clockwork. No matter how you feel, the alarm goes off. You just get up.
And you just have to do
I don't
it.
snooze. I go straight to the shower. Turn the shower on. I'm on.
Okay, so
That's
you
it.
don't really have a morning routine. You just get up and go.
Just get up and go. There's
And-
at that time of the morning. There is no routine. You just get up and you go.
And do you feel like you get more energy that way rather than trying to actually have like a slow routine? I know a lot of people have that, they call it like the 5 to 9 or the 9 to 5, where they have I get up and I wake up and I have, my hot water in the morning and I do my stretches and then I like start my day. Do you think that that doesn't help you?
No, I think that's great, but they're not doing that at probably. They don't start a radio show at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
So that's why they can do that. If I had a job where I could probably rock in at 8 o'clock in the morning, I would probably wake up at 6 and have my hot water, go to the gym, do a little bit of yoga, meditate, and then I'd make my way
Exactly.
there. But at 4:20 in the morning, when you got to sort of be in the studio at around 5 a.m.,
Man.
you're ready to. You got to get going.
Yeah, of course. But then what pushes you every morning? Like what do you get out of bed
I
for?
get paid. That's what I get. I got kids to feed. I got a wife.
Yeah,
I got.
fair.
I got to make money. Apart from the money side of things, it's enjoyable. Look what we get to do every single morning. So it's painful for to get up, but then I drive to work sometimes and I see, the guys in the labor buses going on a construction site at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I look and I think I am so blessed and lucky to be able to do this for a living. So you count your blessings, and I love being able to do this. Who wouldn't like to get behind a microphone and just start talking?
Exactly, and
You
this
know?
wasn't always the case for you, right? You've been working in retail. You've been as a barista. You've
Yep.
been doing the behind the scenes of this entire thing. So, what would you say for like your 15, your 17, your 20, your 30, your 28-year-old self? Like I'm 28.
Yep.
What would you say to yourself at my age, being like, this is coming. Just wait. How do you give that up to
Yeah,
them?
the age of 28, I would hope that you would sort of know if you wanted to get into a field of radio, right? Radio is a profession where it's harder as you get older to get in it from a high level.
Of course.
Right? So at your age right now, at 28, I had just moved to Dubai. So I moved when I was 27, and I was just starting to, I helped build this Virgin radio station. So I knew that I wanted to do more. I took a risk of leaving Australia and my family and my friends and thought, let's give this a go and see what happens. But the advice that I would give anyone that is trying to do anything, not just radio or TV or you got to work really hard at it. Get experience. The experience that you're getting right now is
Amazing.
Is priceless. It's, I would even say, more valuable than going to university to learn radio.
Truly.
Because this is where you learn everything. I never went to college. I only learned radio by doing this sort of stuff, learning with people around me. And so this type of experience not only will open up doors because you meet people, but it will give you the experience that you actually need.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, to someone who is maybe not trying to get into this field, but is lacking inspiration, lacking motivation, how do you speak to them? Have you ever spoken to someone like that?
Yeah, well, every day people will either, I get hundreds of messages on my social media about, I get people begging for money. I get people asking me to buy them a car. I get people, can you fly me here?
How do you react
I'm
to
jobless. I don't reply to all of them. I won't open up many of them because they'll always come. But I do select some that I can communicate to, and we have a conversation. And it's more about choosing the path that you want to live. Like some people believe that it just happens. It should just happen to them. But it doesn't happen. If you go and look at most successful people, be it an athlete or a businessman or a businesswoman or someone that is doing well in their path, you go look and find out how they got there. It was never overnight. And it never just was given to them. It was a lot of hard work. So you got to put in the time to get what you want. Nothing comes easy. I know it's cliche, but literally nothing will come easy. As you guys are learning right now with The Chosen One.
Yeah, truly, it's not the easiest. I've got to say,
Yep.
it's the I think the difference in this from any other job, even if you've worked in social media, even if you've done anything presenting wise, this is a different pace of environment,
Totally.
right? And you have to have the blood boiling for it constantly, which is really great.
That's right.
It does push you to be better at all times.
Exactly.
But what's your next better then? Like
Yeah.
if you have to upskill, or if you have to go next, what's
it's
next
not
for you?
upscaling. It's called consistency and patience. So you just need those two things. So anyone can do something for a little bit of the time good, but it's trying to do the good all the time and maintain it. So you be consistent and you be patient with everything. I've got the word patience just here. I always remind it for myself because you have to be patient with what you want. I want a lot of things now. I want a lot of things tomorrow. And I know that won't happen.
Right.
But I know if I'm consistent, and I keep being persistent and consistent in what I do, things may turn out the way they are. And that's why I believe a lot of things in my career have happened, because I'm not just dabbling in it for a month, or I'm going to try doing this for 6 weeks, or I'm going to do Instagram for a month. I'm going to try a YouTube channel. Like, it's just being consistent in what you want to do.
Right, of course. But I mean, to you, then you've really come a long way in this situation. You've done a lot. You've done a lot of different things as well with like Fade Fit or radio. Honestly, has been your bread and butter. But to you, do you think that patience has grown or changed in a sense, or do you think you've always had that patience from the start?
No, I never had the patience.
Yeah.
Never had the patience. I'm learning how to be patient. I still learn now. Speak to my wife. She'll be telling me, he's got no patience. He's got no patience. So, no, I'm learning every day. And there are things within my business, of Fade Fit, for example, where I want things to happen today. And I have to just tell myself, it will come. It may take a year. It may take 2 years, but just let it be. Being patient.
And what in that entire year, 2 years, maybe how many every years? What has been like the proudest moment for you?
In what?
In your career?
In life?
In life.
Too many. That sounds like...
The first one that comes to your head.
I mean, just being a dad. Just
Yeah.
being a dad for my 2 girls and being able to raise them and going through a divorce, and then just still being able to supply for them and be happy and be respectful to everyone and everyone in that scenario. Like, for me, it's always just being a dad. Like, as much as getting this Madame Tussauds doll is amazing, and having Will Smith help me with my proposal, and having a wedding, and doing this reality show, and doing radio, and doing all that, like, at the end of the day, I just channel it back, and it's like, you do all that just for the kids. It's like, everything that I do, I always go like, yeah, that's for my girls.
What was your daughter's reaction to the Madame Tussauds? I'm so curious.
They're at that age where they're like, yeah, you look musclier. You look musclier in the doll, Dad, than you do in real life.
Did they add muscles to you, Dad?
No, when they molded me for that thing, it would have been about 5 years ago.
Oh, okay,
and I was jacked. Like, I was training 6 days a week because I'm like, they're going to make me a Madame Tussauds. I'm going to get sexy. And then,
you got to do it for the games.
I got to maintain it, you know?
Of course. And so in that sort of, I guess in that sort of theme, what are your notes to like all of the daughters out there? What would you like to say to all of them?
Be nice to Dad. Be nice to your dads. We don't know what we're doing. We have no idea what we're doing as dads. We're just trying to survive and make sure that we bring up the most beautiful little girls and boys if you have boys. But yeah, no, like any advice to anyone is just like, yeah, be cool, stay calm. be patient, and be consistent.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
great to speak to you.
Likewise.